Hey YouTube friends, how is it going? I hope everyone is doing good. I am hanging in there. I just got my new glasses, which are bifocals. So yeah, I'm in the bifocal club now. Thank God though, because I went for weeks just to get seen and then had to wait like a week and a half to get my glasses. So I have been battling headaches like crazy. So I'm very happy to have my new glasses. I was concerned about like a transition period, but so far so good. And it is so nice to be able to see all the things and not be fighting headaches all day long. So yay for that. I will call that my win for the week. All right, so I'm in my studio, as you can see, and today I am actually waiting on my wax to get to temperature. So I thought we would just chat today for a change, and I wanted to talk about a side of the candle business that I don't feel like I see people talk about very much. So, when you're starting a candle business, or you want to start a candle business, or, wherever you're at, it's like you can find those videos. How to start a candle business, what to do to get started, how many scents you should start with, here's how you wick test, like all the things. There's so many things out there, so many great resources. But what happens when you are not in a great place? Where are the videos? Where are the videos talking about being stuck at a fork in the road and not knowing which way to go? That's where I am, and that's the video I'm going to post today. So I promise from the very start, full transparency on my channel, and that's what I'm going to deliver. So the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, you guys are going to get it. So today I want to talk about my current struggle. And when I say this is a struggle, I mean, I realize that this is like, well, let's just go into it. You'll see what I'm talking about. I am very much an analytics person. I always have been when it comes to the business. Shopify analytics is the freaking bomb. There are so many reports, so many great things. I mean, all the information. I have an Excel spreadsheet that I created, and I take it from, I start a new one each year, and it's like it goes by the month. So January, how many sales did I have? How many items did I sell? What was my average sale? What were the top 3 scents? What were the top 3 products? So maybe my top 3 scents were, cranberry apple marmalade, gingerbread house, and cinnamon and vanilla. But maybe my top 3 products were room spray, a 3-wick candle, and wax melts. Then what were my bottom products? What were my least selling products? It's important to pay attention to that too, because if you start to notice a pattern, then maybe you'll want to make some adjustments. If you've got a scent that's like consistently staying kind of at the bottom, or a product that's consistently staying at the bottom each month, you might want to look at that. Maybe you need to reinvent that product or scent, or maybe you just need to ditch it altogether. So analytics are the best. I strive, my personal goal is to do better each month than I did that month the prior year. So in 2024, I did better than I did in 2023 every month. Some months it was by a lot, some months it was by like a wax melt. You know what I mean? So, but the point is, I strive to do better each month, and I've so far been able to meet that goal. I'm super, super grateful for that. My business has grown, and that's fantastic. So it seems strange to sit here and say that I've been thinking about closing my business. What? Yeah, seriously, guys, I have been thinking about stopping my business, which is bananas. But it's like I was talking to Chris, and I said, if I closed my business, if I shut this down, but I shut it down under my terms, not because I failed, but because I can't make it work, then I feel like I'd be okay with that. And his response was, if you shut your business down, you will be brokenhearted, and you will not be happy. And I think we both have valid points. So here's the deal. I work a full-time job, and recently, like towards the last quarter of the year, I don't know if it officially started in November maybe, I started taking Wednesdays off from my job and working at home in the candle studio. That was a tremendous help because the last quarter of the year is absolutely crazy, so busy, and I was like, even with working at home on Wednesdays, 8, 10, 12-hour days, whatever they were, I felt dead. I mean, so exhausted. Because then there's life, you know? Like, I'm cooking dinner, I'm hanging with my family, like, we're going places where, I've got to go shopping, get groceries, and do things. So it's like, it was a lot, and at the end of the year, I got really sick with bronchitis, and that lasted about a week and a half, and it really knocked me down. I mean, it knocked me down to where I couldn't work at all, anywhere. Candle studio, auto repair shop, it was all I could do to put dinner on the table. And I realized that, yeah, you can get sick at any time, but I wasn't doing myself any favors, you know? I wasn't eating good, I wasn't sleeping good, I was just working, and it was too much. So my body was like, all right, we're gonna reset, so we reset. And, you know, it's just getting hard for me to keep up. It's getting hard for me to work my regular job, to work this candle business because it's growing, which I am so freaking grateful for. I am so grateful. It is a dream, but it's like, it's a double-edged sword because it's amazing that it's growing, but it's like, it's killing me because I am trying to keep up with it. I want to grow it. You know, I want this to be my full-time job, but right now it's not. Although the business is growing dramatically, it's not at a point yet where it can supplement my regular full-time paycheck. So I know I can get there, but how do I get there? You know, there's only so many hours in a day, and I need to work on me. I mean, I need to sleep. I can't continue on in a manner where I'm just not sleeping. I can't continue on in such a way that I am, you know, not eating good food or I'm forgetting to eat. I literally went 26 hours without a bite of food. Like, who does that? And I was just one thing after the next. I was like, I'll eat here in a minute. And then I was doing something else. And then I was like, well, I need to work on this. And the next thing you know, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been 26 hours. I haven't had a bite of food. Like, that's not good. Who does that? You know? So I'm sitting here thinking like something's got to give. Well, let's just add one more thing on top of this, you guys. We're going to be moving this year. And our move is not going to be just pack up and head out. It's going to be, we're going to be in the new house. We're going to be, our plan is to build a candle studio and a garage. Painting, you know, painting rooms, cleaning stuff up, just all the things that you're going to do when you're going to move into a home. Our plan is to do all of those things before we move in, and then move in, and then come back to this house and straighten things up here, and then put this house on the market. So that's a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work. So where do I fit that in? So I start into this whole thing of like, I am not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to continue my full-time job, this growing candle business, and my life. So something's got to give. And the candle business is the only thing that I have to give up. So I've been thinking about giving it up. So talking with my best friend, Carrie, talking with my sister, talking with Chris, they're all telling me this would be the worst decision that I could make. That, you know, well, okay, not exactly. A couple people have told me that. Not every one of them has said that. But you know what I mean? It's like, because Chris sees this day in and day out. He sees what I've created. He sees where I started, where I'm at now. You know, we are in the same space. So when I am working, he sees what's happening. You know, I am saying, what do you think of this new scent? What do you think about this jar? What do you think about this idea? Like, he's here for that, and he sees what I'm putting into that. And, you know, my best friend Carrie, she is a candle maker as well. And she knows, like, she sees, I mean, well, she knows it because she's, you know, she's a candle maker. If you're a candle maker, you get it. But she and I talk a lot, and she knows how things go for me, and I know how things go for her, so we bounce stuff off each other. So if you don't have a candle maker friend, get one. It's like the best thing in the world. It's just, you know, I'm at such a pivotal point. I am at a literal fork in the road. What do? I can't make there be more hours in the day. I can't just make this business grow to as big as I want it to be overnight. It doesn't work like that. So what do? I'm so stuck. So after talking with everyone and thinking things over and thinking things through, you know, I realized that it's not an all or nothing. I mean, why do we feel like it has to be an all or nothing? I don't have to put every ounce of everything into this business and have, you know, 20 new scents launch in a year. It's not like that is the option, or quitting is the only other option. I can just scale it back to where I need it to be so that I can do the things I need to do and figure this out. So that's where I am. But what a strange feeling. What a strange feeling to see success coming, but then to like pull away from that. So that's going to be a struggle for me this year. That's going to be really something that's really hard for me to understand and navigate, because when you're growing and things are going great, the last thing you want to do is like call a timeout. You know, you just want to keep going. So I have to call a timeout in some way. So, what that's going to look like for me, I think, right now is I'm doing some restocking of some of my popular kind of springier scents, because some people are starting to, you know, get the itch for that. It's been really cold and gray, and I think everybody's starting to feel like, okay, we're ready for spring, bring it on. So some people are still loving the fall and winter scents, and other people are like, I need some spring in my life. So I'm doing some restock on that. I do have one brand new collection coming out later this spring. And then I have 2 scents for spring. I think I'm just going to do 2 new scents for spring, maybe 2 new scents for summer, and just chill it out a little bit, you know, just maintenance in between, so to speak. Instead of constantly working on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, maybe this is the year that I just maintain. Maybe I don't do too many next things, you know? So this year I did 2024, I did new jars, I did new wicks, I did, you know, new things. I mean, I really tried to expand, and that created a lot of work. So maybe this year I don't really do that. And I think that's where I'm at. I think I'm just going to take the year to kind of maintain, plan, you know, maybe a little more on paper as far as where I want to go, how I think I'm going to get there. And that's my goal right now. I'm super grateful to have good friends and family and people that love me and care about me and want to help me when I'm at a fork in the road. Some people don't have that, or some people do, but the advice they're getting is maybe not really the advice they should be getting. So I hope that if any of you are sitting at a fork in the road right now with your business, and you're trying to figure things out, just know that this is such a normal part of business. It needs to be talked about more. There need to be more videos on the hard things than there are on, let's see what this new fragrance smells like, you know? So that when somebody is going through a rough time, they can, number one, know they're not alone, and number two, maybe get a different perspective. So I hope maybe somebody will resonate with what I'm saying. We don't have to go all or nothing. It's not 0 or 100. You can cruise at 40, okay? You can just tone it back. And that's what I'm going to do. And I believe with all my heart that if this business is really going to do its thing, if this is where it's at and this is what's meant for my future, then everything is going to work out, and I'll reach the point where I can do this full time. I'll reach the point where I hit the level of success that I want to have, and everything will fall into place. And if it's not meant to be, then it's just not meant to be, and I will figure that out as well, you know? But this is my goal. This is the direction I'm headed. So I'm super grateful for the help, honestly. I recently had somebody ask me why I'm not open longer on Saturday, I'm open 10 to 12. And I had somebody ask me, why aren't you open 10 to 5? You should be open 10 to 5. Well, this is why I'm not open 10 to 5. I am one person doing all the things, and it is not healthy for me to work probably as much as I already do work, but definitely 6 full days a week. That's not what I want to do. I realize that people grind hard to achieve success, and that's fantastic, to each their own. But I'm not going to do it at a level that sacrifices my mental or physical health. I'm not going to do it at a level that sacrifices my family, my relationship with my family. So set boundaries for yourself. You know, I have definitely abnormal store hours. I do one evening during the middle of the week where I'm open 5:30 to 7 to try to help people that can't come in during the day, because my hours during the day are pretty early. And then I do the 10 to 12 on Saturday, and that's it. But here's the thing. I am still a very small business. I am my business. I don't have anyone that helps me with pouring, marketing, testing, you know, the website, none of that stuff. It's all on my shoulders. And, you know, when I think about that, most very, 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 very small businesses like this are just online only. Maybe they just have a website, or they just sell on Etsy, or, you know, they do farmers markets or craft shows. I am just the smallest step above that. I am fortunate to have a store because we had the most adorable little building on a property that we already own. It was begging to be turned into a candle store. So yeah, my hours aren't great, probably for some people, but it's what I can do right now. And maybe one of these days I will be just like every other great retail shop out there that gets to open up all the days, all the hours, and everything. But it's not me, and it's not today. So don't let, you know, that's another thing. Don't let people make you feel like you're failing or you're not doing good enough because you can't give them all that they want, or because you don't do things the way a big box store does, or the way even a local independent store does, but they have 4 or 5 employees. So give yourself grace, and just remember, keep pushing on. And when you get to that fork in the road, don't give up. I can't believe I was actually wanting to give up. So, all right, guys, that's my big heavy talk for today. I am seeing that my wax is now to temp, so I'm going to pour a couple candles to finish up for my restock and work on a little computer work. So I hope you got something good out of this video today. I hope that maybe this helps somebody to feel better that is at a pivotal point. And if you want to share, if you have questions or comments, or you just want to share where you are, definitely leave that in the comments. You guys know that I always love to interact and respond, so do that. And hang out with me again. Subscribe, do all the things. And yeah, I hope you guys take care, and I will see you soon. Have a great day.